So this is lightning talks. We're doing two types of lightning talks for people that didn't see on the website. So we're doing Ignite style. Ignite style lightning talks mean that the slides auto advance. So it's kind of fun as a speaker. It's a different sort of presentation. It's kind of like trying to fit a message into a Twitter link. You know, you gotta make sure you fit in the auto advancing slides. The nice thing for the audience is that you guys will always hear the end of the lightning talk. We won't cut anybody off in the middle because the slides will do it for us. As for the first four presenters today are lightning talk or Ignite style. The last three, they decided they didn't want to try that this round. So they're going to do traditional lightning talks. We will cut them off after 5 minutes. So if they don't get to the end of the presentations, that's just the way that works. So the way we're going to do it is when somebody's presenting, and I've got the list here. So it's me, then James, then Amy, then Nathan, then Tony, and you're going to use your computer, and then Steve, and then Neil. So when the person in front of you is going, you're going to come up and grab a mic. Make sense? So for the Ignite style, don't touch the computer. Just it's going to do its thing, okay? Now, there's a minute between each presenter. Experience in Berlin is that should be enough. So if you want to start early, you're welcome to. But when it says stop, you got to stop. So those are the rules. Make sense? Okay, so that's okay. I think we're up then. So I'm Richard Esplin. I work with Jeff Potts doing community technology at Alfresco, and this is the Lightning Talks course. So my goal in this presentation is to explain a little bit about how to get help with Alfresco. And there's a lot of information on here. The slides will be available online afterwards. And I'm not going to cover everything in the slides. I'm just going to hit some high points. And hopefully I'll cover some stuff about areas you can get help that you're not already familiar with. But the key is that, the key thing I want to explain is that there's a spectrum of help in the Alfresco community. From you paying somebody else to help you a lot, and you don't have to do as much, to you taking full responsibility and not having to pay anybody, and you do lots. And so that's the spectrum we're talking about. So if you pay for support, it's important you understand you have realistic expectations. And if you're asking the community for support, again, you need realistic expectations. You want to make it as easy as possible for volunteers to help you. So make sure you have an attitude around that. So let's talk about predictable options of paid support. And of course, the one that we like to tout is Alfresco support. If you use Alfresco support, make sure you ask for the support handbook. It's a PDF. It's fairly readable. It's not that long. But it details exactly what the support experience is supposed to be like. And it will help you have realistic expectations. A lot of people get frustrated with our support team because they don't understand our support team's perspective. So it's worth spending some time in that support handbook. Now, of course, slightly less predictable options that you can pay for, but you're gonna pay for help in getting yourself up to speed. So training is a great way to do that. A lot of people did that the first day of DevCon this year. There's also a number of books available. Jeff doesn't want me shilling his book all the time, but he's got a new book coming out that's going to be really valuable because it fills a hole in Alfresco training around CMIS. And I hear there's a discount code on the front desk. There's also third-party support and recruiting. In the forums, we have an area for that. You can post for job opportunities or job requests in the forums for third-party support. Now, we maintain some community resources at Alfresco. Of course, the most important is the community edition you can download and play with. You can also access the source over Subversion. And we have our official documentation site. That's probably the best place to go whenever you want to learn about Alfresco, is the official documentation maintained by Alfresco Engineering. Whenever we have other documentation is valuable, we move it in after it's been vetted into the official docs. Other maintained community resources is the developer portal. That's where you get your API keys and information about interacting with the cloud. We have an issue tracker. It takes some work to understand the issue tracker. The key thing is it's not where you go for support. If you're requesting help in the issue tracker, people are not going to see it the way they would see it in the forums. So you're much better off going straight to the forums. There's also a community newsletter you can sign up for. Jeff emails you information about what's happening in the Alfresco community and resources that are available. Sorry, slide moved on. I forgot what it was going to be. So the wiki. So these are sponsored community resources. Alfresco does not maintain these resources, but we do sponsor them for you guys to contribute, and the wiki is the main place to do that. Key thing about the wiki is it's a great place to edit, to clean up, to add documentation, and then as we identify that as being quality, we will move it into the docs. That's the main thing about the wiki. Of course, there are various other locations as well. I maintain the Addons portal. That's a great place for you to see third-party add-ons that you've contributed to Alfresco. It's got a variety of license options. A lot of people think the Addons portal is open source only, and it's not. There's support options in there. There's proprietary software in there. We have a Google group area for people that prefer more of a push experience to receive the email instead of having to go to the forums. A bunch of us hang out on IRC. There's usually about 25 people in there, 24 hours a day. And we have an official Twitter stream. If you want to understand Alfresco community, follow Jeff's Twitter. That's the best way to do that. And Jeff's been having Google Hangouts every so often, where we just chat about what's going on in the Alfresco community. They're not as technical. And of course, our local meetups. Oh, what I missed before is Tech Talk Live. That's a great way. First Wednesday of each month, Tech Talk Live, where we bring people in to discuss Alfresco for an hour and something technical about Alfresco. There's a list in the wiki under wiki/live. It's a great way to learn a lot of stuff. Those are the sponsored resources. We have people discuss Alfresco all over the internet in unsponsored resources. These aren't bad things to do. There are not bad places to go, but I don't spend as much time there. So Stack Overflow, there's a really big LinkedIn discussion group. I don't like it because it's not as Google searchable, but there are a lot of people that hang out there. Facebook, there's a variety of other Google groups. Lots of great places to discuss Alfresco. But they're not the ones that we sponsor or that we maintain, though occasionally you'll see us there helping and contributing as well. Now, this is more important for the European crowd, but definitely we've got some Spanish speakers, some French speakers here, people from other countries. There are ways to get Alfresco support in your language. The best way to find that is to talk to your sales rep. Raul right here is the Spanish area guy, and he knows the partners and the resources in Spanish and in Portuguese for you to use. We do have forms in a variety of languages. We're doing a forms refresh that will allow us to enable more languages as we move to a new platform. And there's blogs in a variety of languages. So thank you.